Hey guys, Adrienne Green here, and today I wanted to talk to you about common home inspection issues and solutions that have worked for my clients on homes that they purchase here in the Chattanooga area. So if you are looking to buy a home in the Chattanooga area, if you're looking to invest in the Chattanooga area from out of state, please reach out. My contact information is below. And also I have a ton of useful videos here. Click around my channel, and subscribe so you see more stuff. And I try and put a lot out here to help you be an educated consumer, an educated home buyer. So today we're going to review common home inspection issues that can pop up here in the Chattanooga houses and costs and solutions that have worked for my clients in the past. So we're going to talk about a few main issues. First, old HVACs, right? We see that a lot. Crawl space issues, and I'm going to get into some specifics that happen, and then roofs and gutters. I'd say those are probably the three most prevalent issues that we have, and we do have solutions for them. So I wanted to kind of talk through all that. So first, old HVACs. All right, guys, I think in the last month I've had a record. There was a house that had an HVAC from 1988. And the funny thing is, the house wasn't even that old. It was from 1990. So this is not the first time that we have seen older HVACs be put into a house. So people will get old HVACs or refurbished HVACs and they will install them instead of using a new system. That's happened to me twice now that we have found that. And so what I would say, when you do have an older HVAC in the home that you're buying, if it's working properly at the inspection, often the most cost-effective remedy to the concern about having this old, expensive system is to get a home warranty. Right now, home warranties, the standard one is about $500 for a single-family home. There's a $65 service fee if they need to come out, and you have to renew it annually for another $500. But that $500 home warranty, if the HVAC is working properly at the inspection and you have that inspection report, and it stops working while your house is under warranty, that will cover a new HVAC. So that is often our solution or our remedy in that situation. Depending on the contract and the situation, you may be able to get the seller to pay for that first year of home warranty. Worst case, you pay for it. When you figure that an HVAC is going to be roughly $6,000, it can really make sense to get that home warranty. And keep in mind that home warranty will cover everything else in the house as well, not just the HVAC. Then the crawl space. So in the crawl space, a few issues that pop up often are termites, improper columns, either ones that were improperly built or are leaning or have fallen apart or have been drilled into over time. We see all that. And then also something I've seen a lot recently is damaged subfloor from leaks, usually in the bathroom. So those are three common issues we see in the crawl space. For the termites, the solution is a termite treatment. Usually that runs $1,500 to $2,000. Usually a seller takes care of that, and that's a solvable problem. Having termites, getting that treatment, we consider that solved. What you also want to be concerned for is if there's significant termite damage that would need to be repaired. I have had one situation where there was such significant damage to all the foundation beams, all that wood holding up the house, that it was going to be really costly because that wood was so compromised that it would have needed to be repaired. But usually there are termites in a house and you're treating the termites, but they have not caused so much damage yet that there are issues in that regard. At least that is what I have seen in my clients' experiences, okay? And then improper columns. Like I said, we can have these columns that are supporting the floor and they can either be broken with time, they can be improperly built in the first place, they can be leaning, etc. So sometimes things don't look pretty, but they're still working. That's one thing I would keep in mind. And if we do need to install more columns, based on the quotes clients have received for that kind of work before, the price range could be from $450 to $700 per column. That depends on what company is doing it and also if it's a load-bearing wall, because that determines what kind of column needs to be put into place. But that gives you an idea of the cost if you just needed to put in new columns. Now for the third issue we see a lot in the crawl spaces of damaged subflooring, of course you're going to need to fix the source of the water that's getting in and causing that rot in the first place. Issues we often see are leaky toilets, and that's an easy fix usually if it just needs, to be removed. It needs a new wax ring and it needs to be reseated there. That's maybe what, 100, 150 bucks at the high end. The other thing is we often see water coming in from the shower. Maybe the shower needs to get caulked. Maybe the shower just needs to be redone. And then once you've figured out solving that water, you're ripping out the flooring and the subflooring and replacing both. Now, often if there's a water leak that's caused so much damage that subflooring needs to be replaced, usually that's a situation where the flooring itself is in need of replacement as well. But just keep in mind that's often the solution, is just redoing the flooring in the bathroom. All right, and then the third category that I was talking about today is the roofs and gutters. So sometimes we have old roofs that have leaks or are really on their last legs, and in those situations, keep in mind a new roof usually runs $6,000 to $7,000 depending on the size and the situation. If there are multiple levels of shingles, if the sheathing is rotten and needs to be replaced because of prior leaks, things like that. Adding gutters is another thing we always want to look at houses here, because we do get a good amount of rain. Adding gutters will keep water away from the house, and this will prevent a series of issues that we've seen in houses. It prevents wear on the siding from splash up when the water hits the ground and splashes up on the siding. It prevents water in the crawl space and foundation erosion from the water getting in there and eroding away the dirt. Gutters usually cost between $1,500 and $2,500 depending on the house. And I would also recommend that you get gutter guards if you're having a rental house, because it keeps leaves from getting in the gutters, and let's be honest, tenants are not the best about keeping those gutters clear. So those are the three main categories that I see pop up a lot in home inspections. I hope talking through those and how we solve them helps you. And when we're talking about home inspections, especially on investment properties that can maybe have been investment properties in the past and may have some deferred maintenance, we always speak in terms of is this a solvable problem? Is it an unsolvable problem or does it have a really expensive solution? Often there are things that are very easily solvable for not a whole lot of money, okay? So I want to keep that in mind. Having something that needs to be repaired in the house, not a big deal. It just matters what that repair needs to look like. So if you guys have any other questions about buying an investment property or a house in the Chattanooga area, please reach out. All my contact information is below. Thank you so much for your time today. I hope it was helpful.